All right, so this is the new AP9 Promethean board. First off, we want to know how to connect it to your laptop or computer. On this side over here, there are 3 different cables, and depending on the computer you have, you only need 2 or maybe 1 of them. Most computers, you can use the HDMI and USB that are here. They'll plug into the side of your Dell laptop. If you have a, there it is over here. If you have a Mac laptop, you'll need some sort of dongle probably. There it is, displaying on the board. The other option we have, and this is the favorite, if you are willing to set up your computer or your classroom so that your computer's on this side of the board where I'm standing now, it has a very short USB-C, but the USB-C plugged into the laptop will do the audio, the video, the touch, and it will charge your machine. All 4. There it is. So it's displayed. I have audio, video, and you'll see a little, it's charging it too. That's your best connection, that's your best friend while you're in the classroom, as long as you're willing to put your computer on that side. So we recommend connecting to an Ethernet cord plugged into the wall somewhere. This will plug in on the bottom down here. You'll get a better, faster, stronger, more reliable connection to the board that way. If you absolutely cannot get there, you can do a Wi-Fi connection in settings, network, and you can set up your Wi-Fi. We're on APS Guest right now. It's an Android setup for the APS Wi-Fi. All this stuff. Account activation. So the first thing I need you to do on your board, you can do it on your laptop too, go to, don't see that, that's awful. Go to a web browser. I'm going to use Chromium right now. And we're going to go to the website one.promethean, it's a really long website, world.com. And I'll use my amazing handwriting, I'll write it up here too, so you can all get it. Because I've had some people confused about the word 1.promethean world.com. Go. I was in a classroom the other day where the teacher was using their web browser this small. So let me show you this. On the board, you can't grab the top like you would your laptop. You can grab the bottom, and you can move it around from the bottom. And you can just stretch out the corner right here. I'll get into the other buttons down there in a little while, but for now we can just do this. one.prometheanworld.com. Make your own cookie choices. When you go to sign in, it will ask you to set up an account. We're going to sign in with Google. Since I already have an account, I don't need to activate one, but you'll sign in with Google and activate your account. When you're signing in, don't forget your 2-factor authentication. It's going to ask for that. Yes, it's me. Yay. Okay, once you're signed in, you will notice your own name up here. If you click on your name, go to Account. There's a bunch of options in here as far as like security. If you can set a pin, so you can like put the pin, go to lunch, come back, undo the pin. Once I show you how to activate your NFC cards, you can come in here to delete the card or disable it in case you misplace it or lose it. You can set up your cloud drive through here, so you can access your Google Drive through your AP9. And panel settings. If you would like to set a background for the screen instead of this boring purple. Sorry, purple people. I don't like purple. I like beaches. I grew up a Jimmy Buffett fan, so Margaritaville all the time. So you can set those up here. It's okay to laugh, I promise. You can change the display time if you need, 24-hour format. You can change your language for the board. All of that settings are here. On this side over here, the 4 little squares have your resource library. Those of you who were big Promethean Planet fans love to get into here and find some Active Inspire lessons. By the way, Active Inspire is not dead. It's still alive and well. They did recent redesign. It looks fantastic. So come in here, find some flip charts to use. There's other resources and things in here. Back to that. Here's a Annotate. If you ever need to annotate over something on your screen, I think this is like during a Google Meet or something, a Zoom, you can use this Annotate tool here. You can set up your timer and spinner in here. There it is. Make this a little bit bigger. The little settings gear is here. You can change digital, analog. Do you want to be able to say the seconds? Do you want it in 24 hours? Set your time zone. Other than clocks, you have a countdown timer. Digital, analog again, depending on what you're working on in your class. You can set celebrations. Do you want to have no celebration? Do you want to have confetti? Yay! Do you want to have fireworks? That's my favorite. Do you want some sort of sounds, alarms? Woohoo! That's very peaceful. Or you can have a few phrases splash up on your screen when your time's up. So you can make all those choices here. Click on the styles to the side and you can choose different colors if you'd like. Purple, pink, sorry, that's not pink, that's blue, and orange. Obviously I'm a blue guy, I'm gonna leave it on blue. If we come back to this side, we can set up our spinner. For all of you who have that little coffee can full of popsicle sticks, we're gonna get rid of that right now.
No.
Yes! It's so much better.
Yay! I like it.
So, this is a setup I had. You can come in here, the little drop-down menu. I can create a new list. I can have up to 50 people or 50 items in my spinner. It will automatically choose the colors for you. Sorry, but you can name it. So you could do classroom and put your students' names in here, up to 50 of them, and then spin for them. Once that's created in, where are we going? In the settings over here. Sure. Okay. Same celebration options. Fireworks, confetti, noises. You can change the spin duration. And then right down here, I know some of you have like, in your coffee can, half the stick's green, half of it's red or other colors so you know when you've called on students or not. You can let it repeat or not repeat the selection. So you can make sure it spins, it gets everybody in the class this way if you need it to. All right, that is the one.Promethean World website. Okay, once you have your account activated, you'll want to find your box. You should have a Promethean box somewhere. In the Promethean box, you'll find your remote, your pens, owner's manual. Read every word of that. But you also find this really cool Promethean NFC card. The NFC card, I'll show you how to set up now, is going to help you log into your board so that at the beginning of every day, at the end of every day, you can just tap it onto the reader. Your NFC card reader is right there, and it will sign you into the board. At the end of the day, you tap it on, it will sign you out. You want to start by holding the board, or so the card, up to that reader. set up a new card, we're going to click Sign In. Bunch of options right here. We're going to go with Google. Use your APS Google account to sign in. As you're signing in, it will ask you for your two-step verification, so make sure you have whatever that is available to you. It's telling me to use my Gmail app. Yes, that's me. If you haven't set up your account before, it'll help you set up your account now. I'm going to hit continue. It's going to sign me in, and it should ask for the card back to the reader. There it is. Continue card setup. Hold the NFC card until it... There it is. Now I can use this card to sign myself in and out of my account. Like if I just tap it here again, it'll sign me out in 9 seconds. Sign out now. First thing Monday morning, I come back in. It's going to have this sign-in thing. I can skip all this and just tap my card. It's going to sign everything in and set it all up for me. Clearly not something you want to do with students sitting in front of you. Do this before they come in the morning. Okay, it shows me that I'm signed in, ready to go. Let's talk real quick about the rest of the front. We kind of did the NFC reader right here. Let's talk about the rest of the front of the board. This one that looks like a power button, it's really not a power button. This is a sleep button. This is the equivalent of closing the lid on your laptop. It doesn't actually turn it off. It just puts it to sleep for a little while. That button does the same thing. We recommend using the power switch that's located underneath the board. Maybe Friday afternoons or vacations, turn it off. It is, you'll have to kind of follow the power cord. Mine comes right here, and the toggle switch is right next to the power cord. Toggle it off Friday afternoons, Monday morning, turn it back on. The next ones are volume. You can volume up, volume down from here. Next, that's a little flame button. This will bring up what I call the flame menu. Applications, and I'll show you how to change what's in here. Next, that's a little snowflake. Snowflake is your freeze button. This works really well if you're mirroring from your laptop and you need to put some bell work or something for the students up on the board. Go back to your laptop to do something different. Just freeze that and come back to it. For example, I have an Active Inspire bell work here. If I freeze this, I can come back to my laptop, I can close Active Inspire, open a different app on my computer, do something different. The students can still see their bell work there, so that's still there. The next button, it looks like a little finger. It's not ET trying to reach out and touch you. It is a finger. This is the touch button. It will turn off the touch on your machine. It will turn blue, and you'll see the little ET finger up here in the top corner. This means that you can't touch anything on the board. If I turn it back on, you'll actually see where my fingers are touching the board. With that off, you can't see those because the touch on the board is turned off. If you have students that just want to interact with the board all the time, you can turn that off. Hopefully they don't see you doing that. The next one is the source button. We can go back to home, or we can source back to USB-C. If you have a document camera that's plugged in through VGA, or a Mac laptop that needs a dongle and attached to VGA, the VGA connection is down here. As long as you have an AP9 Premium, the Premium has the NFC card reader. If you have a regular AP9, it doesn't have the VGA connection, but you should be able to see Once those are plugged in, you'll see a VGA connection off to the side here. The VGA cable is not included in the board. Okay, so I'll show you a couple different ways to get into the flame menu that I like to call it. There are the 3 little dots down here at the bottom of your screen. This will bring up your flame menu. The other option is to push the flame button on the console on the front of your device. I'm going to talk to you about some of the applications that are in here. These ones across the bottom are kind of optional. You can change these 4 around, 3 around, 3. You can change those 3 around. This one right here, the applications, is going to be all of this. You have a web browser, Chromium. It's not going to be as powerful as Chrome. You can't do quite as much with it as Chrome can. It can do, I think it can do more than some of the other versions on some of the other boards. While I'm here, let me talk about some of these. This little dot over here will let you drag this out to make it bigger if you need to. These ones over here will let you go half screens if you need to go halvesies with another app. And the little arrows right there will let you go full screen. Woohoo! And of course, we still have the minimize and the close. So that's Chromium. You can do some stuff in here. If you have a website or an app, backing up. One of the biggest questions I get about boards is the Google Play Store and how they can add apps to the board. Google Play Store is not part of these boards, but instead, you go to an app you want to be able to use, something like Google Meet. Over here on this side, we're going to touch the 3 dots, and then right here, add to home screen. Name it however you want and click add. Now what that is done is it's added that as an app right here in your applications. So instead of using the Google Play Store to download stuff to your board, you'll do that. Let me go back to Chromium. You can probably sign in here, but you're not going to get like a lot of your bookmarks and things. So sign in once, save them to your applications, go that way. While you're in here, I'll show you another app. We can come to the flame menu, applications, and annotate. One of the biggest questions I get at schools is, how can I annotate over my computer? How can I annotate over a website? You can use the annotation tool here. 6 dots on the side will allow you to move this toolbar wherever you'd like. If you touch either one of the annotation tools twice, you should get different sizes and you can write with. Touch a color twice, and you can get different color options. We are recording. Okay, so the annotation tool, I'll continue going across here. We can change the color. There is an eraser. There's the nuclear option. Let me show you what that means. If I write all over this, and I don't need this anymore, instead of erasing it, you can just go completely nuclear, kapow, and get rid of everything all at once. Another option, just so you know, you can have, I think it's up to 20, it's at least 10 different people touching the board at a time. So it can be pretty easy to go nuclear at that point. If you're taking notes and one of your students says, oh man, I need to see what this word says, this next button over here is the hide all annotations button, and then you can bring them back. So it's not the nuclear option. It's a safe option just to get rid of everything for a moment. If you're taking notes and you're a 3rd grade gifted kid who goes to his gifted reading class during your math class, and so he misses math, if you want to keep them, use the screenshot button right there. It will screenshot the screen, writing, you can save it. I'll show you where it goes in a minute. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to type math notes. So that's there. Okay. There's an undo, and then when you're done writing, or, this is the hard part, if you want to use a different app, you're going to have to get rid of this and do something else. When you hit this X, all your annotations go away, and then go find a different app. If you're not using the annotation app to go over something else, if you just want a whiteboard, in the flame menu, annotations is a whiteboard. It does all the same stuff. It just gives you a whiteboard here. We do have the select tool. We have different pen tools. You can change the color, and these options are the same. Touch them twice to get the sizes. Touch them twice to change the color. Nope, that's sorry. Touch this one to get a new color. One option I forgot to show you on the other one, it works here too. Instead of using the eraser or the nuclear option, you can use your palm and just erase part of it. Isn't that fun? This has the nuclear option as well. The nuclear option here is that one. It's going to erase the entire board. Up here at the top, these three dots here will give us some options if we want to save, export, anything like that. If we need a split screen, like two students can't share space, it gives them a nice little dotted line, and it gives them each their own tools here. We have some backgrounds. If we click this, we have some writing backgrounds. Elementary teachers, I know how you like your skylines and stuff. We can get skylines and all that in here. Others in the gallery, this is the gallery here. There's some charts and templates already. Not many, but there's a few. I know English teachers are going to love the Venn diagram. Gallery is where your pictures from earlier came in, and we can add these to your whiteboard. Boom. There's that. You can move it if you need to. Okay, so that's, down here at the bottom, we have some math tools. If you need a protractor, you can touch and hold on the edges to rotate it around if you need to. We can grab if we come to an edge, we can resize it. If we draw across the edge, that's how we change that. Awesome. X to close. Rulers. And there's a full 360-degree protractor there as well. Okay, so we have paper on our whiteboard. We're going to model taking notes for some students. If we come right down here to the bottom, where these are, I can go have these on that screen. I can go have these with my Google Meet. Now I can be in a Google Meet and take notes, or I can watch a YouTube video and take notes. On this side, we turn this on. I can say, here's Seth's notes. We can model taking notes while we're in our Google Meet or watching a YouTube video. Let's close those. The next step, if we go back to our flame menu, applications, our spinner and timers come across from when we set them up on Promethean World earlier. So I'll show you my spinner. Edits that I made online earlier come across here as well. We had the same fireworks, the same sound, all those options came across. So this is the way we left it before. Same thing with our spinner menu, timer. The timer will come in the same way we set it up on the website. There it is. If you need to change something, you can make some choices in here for how much of a countdown timer. Settings are next to it. We can use this to change all the styles and celebrations and end phrases and all that again, if you don't like the way you set it up on the website before. Cloud Connect. Yeah, after you've signed everything in, it should automatically connect to your cloud. If it doesn't, we can go to Flame Menu Applications. Cloud Connect looks like this. It might be in a different place on yours. Mine automatically signs me into my Google Drive. This is terrifying, I'm sorry. I need to go to Tina's training again for like the 10th time. But this one actually allows me to come in here and it will open these From the cloud drive, it will open these where you can actually come in and edit them. Again, if you want to save something like Google Slides, you can use the three dots and add to home screen. If you're going to be using this slideshow every day, like if you have a morning message slideshow you've built in Google Slides, you can set this up here, save it to the applications, and just come back to the same one every day. That's in Cloud Connect. And then the last thing I need to show you is the Files app. So again, flame menu or the three dots at the bottom. The Files app looks like this. It might be in a different place in yours. Things that I've saved, I can touch and hold, and then come up here to this top corner. Move to. It's a little bit complicated. Once I've clicked Move to, I can come to this side, and I can choose my Google Drive. It will actually delete it off the board and move it into my Google Drive. So that's there. Move. Moving one item, and you see that screenshot is now gone. It's in my Google Drive now. One last kind of fun thing from the flame menu. If you don't like these, you can touch and hold, like I'm never going to use Chromium. Touch and hold, get it out of the menu. If I'd rather have the Files app down there, I can touch and hold this and drag it down. You're allowed up to 3 apps that will live in here. This one, since I'm screen recording this for a training, is an active app that's showing me here. But 3 apps here plus the applications menu are allowed there. If we come here to the source button on the front of the device and choose our laptop, either USB-C, VGA, HDMI, all of our apps using the flame menu can be used on top of our laptop. So there's my Annotate app. I can bring in my Spinner app on top of my laptop. How cool is this? There we go. So there's, oh, we got Kelly again. I can bring in my timer app on top of my laptop. So all of the apps that we use that I spoke to earlier can be used on top of your laptop as well. So you don't have to choose between the laptop or the Promethean board. You can make them all work seamlessly and beautifully together.